This is going to be a quick build video tutorial on how to glue up and assemble the extendable feet for your Ortur Laser Master 3. In this build tutorial, I will be using 5mm plywood that I purchased from Home Depot. I recommend using 5mm plywood over the 3mm plywood for the simple reason that there is less wood pieces to glue together. But either of them will work fine and can be modified to your needs. Also, the Wi-Fi connection between Lightburn and my Laser Master 3 has been working great so far. Be sure to check out my other video tutorial showing how to set this up. Now let's take a look at the parts and items that we need to build the extendable foot. We will need 4 pan head screws that are 1 1/8 inches. These 4 screws are 1 1/4 inches, and I used some wire cutters to cut off the tips, as you can see. These 2 smaller pan head screws will be used for clamping and gluing the base together. We are also going to need some wood glue. I will be using a rubber silicone brush to apply the wood glue, but you can just use your finger as well. So I am going to start by adding some wood glue to my silicone tray. Then I will apply the wood glue to the 2 base pieces with the silicone brush. Here I am just making sure to apply the wood glue to both pieces, making sure to cover them sparingly. Here I just use my finger to wipe off the excess from the sides, and we can take a closer look how thick I applied the glue to the wood base pieces. Now we can assemble the 2 base pieces together. The 3mm keyhole pattern is the same on both legs of the base, so you cannot pick a wrong side here. Now we can screw the 2 pieces together using the 2 small pan head screws. Here you can either use a drill, or I would recommend using a screwdriver, as it gives you more control, because it is easy to over-tighten the screws with the drill if you're not careful. As you tighten down the screws, you will see the glue squeeze out as the wood base pieces are sandwiched together. Here I will simply go around the edges and wipe all the excess glue down with my finger. Then I will grab a piece of 3/4 inch PVC pipe, and I will insert it into the wood base, then I will turn the pipe. By turning the pipe inside the base, it will remove any of the excess glue. I just want to make sure it has a nice snug fit, not too tight and not too loose. Next I will glue the 4 rings together. I will use the 3/4 inch pipe and insert the pipe through the middle of the rings, as this will act as the keyhole to line everything up. Now I can apply the wood glue to the top side of the wood ring on the PVC pipe. I am using my silicone brush here to apply the wood glue, but you could just as well use your finger to apply the wood glue. Now I will just grab another wood ring and slide it onto the PVC pipe. I will push it all the way down to the previous wood ring with the glue on it. I will try to line it up as close as possible to the other wood ring. You can see the wood ring acts as a squeegee, as it wipes down all the excess glue that was on the pipe as you push down the wood ring. Just like before, I will use my finger to wipe down any of the excess glue on the side of the wood rings. Basically, I am just rubbing the wood glue into the wood grain. Here I just repeat the process and finishing gluing together all the other 4 outer rings. Now I will grab a 1-inch pen screw and insert it into one of the keyholes in the outer ring and screw it down, but not too tight. Then I will repeat the process, making sure to insert the 2nd pan head screw into the keyhole that is directly across from the 1st pan head screw that I installed. Next I will continue to install the other 2 pan head screws into the other 2 keyholes. Next, I want to rotate the PVC pipe inside the 4 outer rings that I just glued together. As you can see, I used a short piece of PVC pipe, which made it difficult to hold PVC pipe when I attempted to rotate it. So I just grabbed a pair of needle nose pliers to help out with rotating the PVC pipe in the outer rings. Here I am just using a damp rag to wipe off any of the excess wood glue from the outer rings and also from the PVC pipe. Now I have a nice snug fit, not too tight and not too loose. Now I will wait at least 1 hour for the glue to dry, both on the outer rings and also on the wood base before I assemble them. Let's take a closer look at what I have done so far. Again, we will need to let these dry for about 1 hour before putting them together. Alright, I have let the wood glue dry enough, and it is now time to assemble the feet. I will grab my drill and remove the 1-inch pan head screws. The reason I make them in 2 separate parts is so I can give them a light sanding after I remove the pan head screws. I dry fit the pieces by grabbing the 3/4 PVC pipe and inserting it into the outer ring. Then I will insert the PVC pipe into the wood base and slide the outer ring all the way down to the wood base. I will now apply the glue to the bottom of the outer ring, like I did previously. I am using a silicone brush to apply the glue, but again your finger works just as good. Then I will insert the PVC pipe into the wood base and align the keyholes up between the 2 pieces. I will then grab my 1 1/4 pan head screws that I cut down to 1 1/8 length and screw the base and the outer rings together. Now I will turn and rotate the PVC pipe to remove any of the glue that squeezed out on the inside of the foot when we screwed down the pan head screws. I will use a damp rag to clean up any of the glue squeeze out. And if you have access to an air compressor, it works very well and spreading out the glue squeeze out. Just give it a quick blow and then wipe it down with a damp rag to help remove any of the glue residue. And I am almost done, as the feet are almost ready for installation. Here I will let the surface dry off, as I am going to apply a couple of coats of lacquer to add a protective coat to the wood finish. You have the option to make the extendable feet however you prefer. This is just the recommended build, which I call the plus design. But you can also see that I made a slimmer build design, which I call the minus design, which describes what the out perimeter shape looks like. You can add more outer rings and use longer pan head screws that go through the outer rings directly into the workbench. So if you want to go 12 inches up, it is possible. I will make a part 2, showing some different installation methods. Stay tuned and keep on burning.